This is Palm Beach Live, Work, Play. I'm Tim Bird, the Birdman, and tonight we are at the Kravis Center, and we're honored to have with us a special guest, Tim Conway. My goodness, you're literally a living legend. And I hate to use that because, people say it's so cliche, but...
Well, it's better than a dead one. I'll say that,
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I thought I had passed away. I should be old enough to have done that, but here I am.
Well, you defy gravity and time.
And
that's two out of two.
Yes, very much so, yes.
You're from Cleveland, Ohio.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, I was. I was born in a small town outside of, well, I wasn't born in Chagrin Falls, but I lived most of my life in Chagrin Falls, just outside of Cleveland. And fortunately, I spent most of my childhood in that area, and as you know, Cleveland is kind of a funny town. We were the town where the river caught on fire.
Yeah, Cuyahoga River, yeah. I lived there for a few years myself.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
No, and not only did it catch on fire, but it burned for 3 days.
I know.
Now, there are very few towns where a river catches on fire and burns. I mean, the fire chief is going, let's get some water on this water. That's not going to work. So it's kind of a funny town, and it was good to be brought up in that town. Sure.
Good Midwestern chops.
Gosh.
Tell me about your clown ministry.
My clown ministry. Well, I didn't intend to be a clown. You mean my life's ambition and all of that?
Yes.
I didn't intend. I was actually going to be a jockey. My dad was training racehorses, and of course, at this weight, even the horses ask you to get off. So I had to leave that profession. But that was what I was gunning for, because I only weighed about 108 pounds when I graduated from high school. And the coach had made me a guard on the football team, which was really bright. Yeah, I got hurt a lot.
I was going to say, he wasn't too bright.
Oh, boy. I was like a little rat, though. They couldn't find me. So and when you're lining up against a guy who weighs 300 pounds, it's good to weigh 84 pounds.
You ran through his legs?
Oh, yes, absolutely, yes.
Well, now, so the clown ministry just sort of developed over time. I'm just curious how the beginning the beginning and then what happened and how you sort of slid into this becoming your livelihood.
I was in the Army, hours, incidentally. A lot of
the U.S. Army.
Yeah. The U.S. Army. I defended Seattle, and as you know, we were not attacked in 2 years that I was up there. I spent a little extra time in the Army because court-martials add a little time to your... The Army had no sense of humor whatsoever.
But I do.
Yeah. And so I spent an extra, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks in the Army. What it was, I was on guard duty one night, and of course, every 2 hours, the lieutenant comes around, and you take your rifle and you go, halt, advance, be recognized, give me your name, rank, serial number, date of birth, and all that. And now, during wartime, of course, that person would have shot you by the time you got all of that out.
Yes.
So, okay, halt, bang, you're dead. But so I give him all this stuff, and then he goes and sleeps somewhere for 2 hours, and I walk around this building. I was guarding a service club in peacetime, so I'm guarding, ping pong balls and cards and pool balls. So I got a little tired. I went to a car and went in the back seat and just was going to take a slight nap. Fell asleep. And realized when I woke up, oh my gosh, it's time for the lieutenant to come around. So I go to my post, but I had forgotten my rifle in the car. So I went to a dumpster, and there was this long white neon tube there. So I took that, and I held it like this. And as he came around the corner, I said, halt, advance and be recognized. And he did, gave me his name and rank and all that. And he looked at this thing, and he said, what is that? And I said, it's a light bulb, and if you come any closer, I'll turn it on. And then I got to paint rocks white, and I put them along the driveway there. If you go to Fort Lewis, they're still on that driveway.
Fort Lewis?
Oh, yeah. That was me.